Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you. It is Tuesday, November the 19th, and we bounced back off of yesterday's really bad red day with a very nice green day today. Very happy about that. Up 503 on the three Apex accounts, and I feel like I basically ran a marathon to get to this point. I really dug myself into a pretty bad hole this morning. The first couple of trades were losing trades, and then I had another losing trade here. A small winning trade right here at the open, and we had this big chop range, and at that point I was down like 300 per account, so I had a pretty bad hole. And then I really just started to just tried to be careful, take good setups, jumped in, stayed with micros to reduce the risk, and just started to take little setups here and slowly started to win and get the accounts back up. And at one, I think I got up to, I don't know, somewhere in here, I got back to like $20 or $25 in profit. And I thought about just stopping for the day, since I had worked so hard to try to get back to green. And I told myself, no, I'm going to scale down. And instead of trading with 5 micros, I'm going to scale down to 2. And for the most part, for the rest of the day, I took a few more setups, but basically took 2 micros for all but one trade, and work my way back up to basically 170 in profit. So very, very, very happy with just the way that worked out today. Traded extremely well. And again, it feels like I ran a marathon to get there, but this last trade, this was the one I went in with 5 contracts here. And this is kind of the way that this grindy day was. Even though it was a nice uptrending day, literally all day until about 2 o'clock. What happened was it was not a consistent, I mean, it was a consistent uptrend, but if you're in a trade, you had to hold through the pullbacks, and it was very difficult for me to do that, and for whatever reason. And like for right here, for example, I entered right here, not quite a, probably I would call that maybe a B hitchhiker setup. We had to move back down. It wasn't the ideal setup, but because of the strong uptrend, I felt confident that this was going to continue higher, and we had just broken above this 700 level on NQ, and took the first profit target here at about 12 and a half points, took the second one up here, and then I moved my stop up to the same level pretty much here, I think 10 or 12 points in profit. And just because I didn't want to give back, and that was the mistake. And too often I've left my stop down here, and it'll come down and stop me out, and I just can't stomach that. That's one of the things that actually puts me on tilt, and so I have to avoid excuse me, I have to avoid those types of things. So as you can see here, my last 3 contracts were taken off right here. Well, this market took me out, and then we got this nice pop. And the good news is I had the wherewithal to jump back in again with 2 contracts and finish that trade out. My original target for these last contracts, my original target was up here, and I'd kind of stair-step my way all the way up. So I really felt like we're going to test this 800, which we did. But again, just the big win for me was digging out of that big hole, and then being smart about continuing to look for setups and just scaling down and finishing it out and having a very, very strong day. So very, very happy about that. And on the email front, my take profit account, I took 1 trade on it, up 600. I caught a nice drop. I think it might have been right in here. I caught this drop down. So very happy about that. Nice $600 winner there. Again, I'm not going to push this. I'm just going to, if a setup is there and I'm not trading any funded accounts, I'll take it. So I may not trade this account every day, but we're up 1240. And I'm just going to take it slow and steady, and try to get it across the finish line. And then big positive today was I got my second payout on this account with UProfit. It is not up. Let's see if it updates if I refresh this. No, still hasn't. So what we did, the $2,000 was approved, completed today. So this balance from 54,215 did reduce, and then I had a $255 winning trade right here today, or a couple trades, but ended up 255 in profit. So for some reason it hasn't updated everything yet, but it will here in probably the next hour. But we're at 52,350, so we're 2350, so we're back in profit again. I hope the profit day today counts as one new trading day. I'm kind of worried that it might not, because this is the day that the 2000 came out of the account, and I did trade today. After I saw this is when I took that trade. I didn't trade till this afternoon. But in any case, if not, then I just have to trade 5 additional days, so no big deal. On the other live account that I got with UProfit, no, that did update. I took a couple trades today, but up 570. You can see here I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades today. It had a net positive of 570, so a very nice start there. And this kind of solidifies win rate here, 80%. It's awesome. Really solidifies that what I talked about yesterday. Kind of glad in a way that I just have a new funded account rather than trying to dig back out of a big hole. So, and then today we had a really nice start up 570. So that is awesome. Need 5 days of 200 and we can request a payout. Obviously, my goal is to try to get this account up to about 53 to 54,000 before I try to withdraw anything to protect the buffer, because when you take your first payout, you lose the static drawdown, or the drawdown goes to 50,000. It doesn't stay at 48. So that is that. And then on the eval side here, I did take a couple of trades, and I actually have had 100% win rate on this account. I have not had a losing trade yet. I haven't taken that many, but I have not had a losing trade yet. So definitely off to a good start. 51,310, which we're going to take it slow. I don't need to pass this anytime soon, but that is that. So yeah, feels great to have another payout on that account. And matter of fact, I meant to change this and I forgot. So the year-to-date payouts is actually now at 15,250. So slowly but surely we make some progress, make a difference. That is great. Before I forget, I want to say thank you. I've noticed quite a few of you guys are using BCT and purchasing accounts with Apex Take Profit Trader. So thank you. My code, as I said, BCT, it's the best discount with those prop firms, and I do appreciate that. Even though Apex is not promoting it, you can get the 80% discount by using my code, or really anybody's code. I think they should all be working. So good deal that Apex has going on right now. And I do want to also talk about this channel. Yesterday I talked about this, and I marked up this NQ chart and this ES chart. And I noticed something today that really gives me some thoughts for what we might be seeing here going forward in this market. I said yesterday, I think it almost shows a little bit better on NQ. We've been in this chop. We fell right down into this chop that we had from late September or early October, I should say. Through the early part of November, we were kind of in this chop range, and we fell right down there, and you can see that the last couple of days we've been kind of floating right in there. And what I had said was, I think that we need to see this thing reclaim above the 700s on NQ, which is also about the 925s, 5925s on ES, or we need to fall below the 5880s, which we did a bit, but we reclaimed that. And on or NQ, that would be the 50 or 20,300s. Well, here's what I can see. I think this is really a bullish move, in my opinion. Let me just move this to a 15-minute chart so we can see this a little bit more clearly. Maybe this computer cooperates. Everything is frozen on me for some reason. Well, hot diggity dog. For some reason, it's saying I don't have internet, so I'm not going to change this chart here. But basically, what I'm looking at is we had today, and it doesn't show very well in 60-minute, but we reclaimed this 5930 or the 20,700 on NQ, and we tested the next level, pulled back, and now we have bounced. And I feel like this is really telling us that this is poised for a move further up. And so we may not see this thing go all the way back up here, but we will probably see, my prediction is that we're going to see this market continue to rise into tomorrow. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents for where I'm at and what the market's doing. And I do try to look at that. That does not mean that I am going to be long biased. I will be long biased tomorrow if the overnight session and tomorrow morning point in that direction. Then I certainly will be looking for longs. But if that proves incorrect and this thing falls apart, then obviously we look for something different. But for me, I just feel like you need to have some kind of a game plan And for me, I need to have something that I'm working on, going off of, and that's the way that I do things. So anyway, I use the key resistance, support, and resistance levels to basically look for the market activity, take trades off of sometimes, and then also to get an understanding for what's the big direction, what's the big picture of the market. So anyway, I will leave you with that. I don't want to lose this thing if for some reason there is an actual internet problem. So in any case, once again, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out. And if you're new, feel free to like and subscribe. I try to do these updates every single day and take you along on my trading journey. So once again, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Have a great night. And we'll try to have another update for you tomorrow afternoon. Take care and so long.